Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Hope you're all well. So, this is just something a little bit different for me. I don't normally pick apart games, but I felt I had to with this one. So, I did play Odyssey when it first came out. I just didn't really like it. I didn't finish it all, and then I got rid of it. And then I played Valhalla when that came out. And Valhalla is a good game. There's no doubt in that. It is a good game, but it is not a good Assassin's Creed game. It's it tries to do things to make you think it's an Assassin's Creed game. Like you've got the hidden blades, the hidden ones, all that aspect of it. You've got that, so it's just trying to make you think you're playing an Assassin's Creed game when you're really not. um, but like I say, if you just forget that aspect of it and forget it's called Assassin's Creed Valhalla and just imagine for a minute that it's just called Ubisoft Valhalla, not connected to the Assassin's Creed franchise whatsoever, then it's a brilliant game. And I like I say, I did play Odyssey when it first come out, but I wasn't that big a fan of it. In all fairness, though, I think that was because I'd played was it Origins that came out before, and I just absolutely hated Origins. I thought it was the worst waste of money, worst waste of time ever. And then I got like a couple of hours into Odyssey, and I thought this is just going along the same trope again. I can't be bothered, and I just stopped playing it. Got rid of it, part texted, bought something else. And then it wasn't until I did the Valhalla Odyssey crossover on Valhalla that made me think, how did Cassandra get to where she was? Because like I say, I hadn't finished it, so it got me thinking. I want to see how Cass's story played out now, to see how she got to where she was at when she appeared in Valhalla. So I went out, bought it, and played it. Got all the DLCs for it, played them. I'm currently still playing the Fate of Atlantis one. I'm in Hades. But yeah, Odyssey is a better game in my opinion. I've finished Valhalla, although I am having to replay it because when I've uploaded Dawn of Ragnarok, gone to upload Dawn of Ragnarok, all my save files on my PS5 are all corrupted. So I've had to start the game from scratch just to run through it to get back to the power level where I was at, so I can do Dawn of Ragnarok. And I've almost finished Odyssey, but I find myself, I think Valhalla is, well, not just Valhalla, but Eivor, whether you play whether you play as male Eivor or female Eivor, it makes no difference. Eivor has two emotions: indifference and like I could give a shit. He or she is indifferent or angry all the time. There's no emotions with Eivor. Even when they're trying to put emotions in it, there's no expressions on Eivor's face, whether it's male or female Eivor, it makes no difference. There's no expressions on the face to show you that emotion. Whereas with Odyssey, Cassandra is full of emotion. Every time she cracks a joke, you can see it in her face. Every time she flirts, you can see it in her face. And especially this video, you can see the sadness. Do you know what I mean? You can see the emotion in her face without even hearing the sound, hearing the words. You can see it in her face. But it's not just the characters themselves. It's the game in general. In Valhalla, there is no. I mean, it's a good story, but there is no substance to the story, really. There's no. I don't know. For me, it felt like Eivor, whether it was male or female, has zero character arc until right at the end when you become the Jarl. Whereas Cass, her character arc plays out through the whole game, not just one character type until 95%, and then the last 5% of the game is a different archetype. Do you know what I mean? But they're just my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I think if once I've finished Odyssey and I've finished the DLC on Valhalla, I can see myself wanting to go back to play Odyssey before I'd want to go back and play Valhalla, because it's pissing me off now that I've got to play all the way through Valhalla just so I can do the Dawn of Ragnarok. And I know you can just jump straight in and do it, and you get borrowed armour, tools, armour, weapons and PowerPoints, but I'm pretty sure if you do that you don't get to keep nothing that you achieve while you're in there. So I've got to go all the way through. Yeah, so that's my opinion. I think Odyssey is a better, more rounded game than Valhalla. Not just because the characters in Odyssey and the actual game itself has more, well, yeah, because the game is just, there's more emotion in the game. There's no emotion in Valhalla. And even some of the other aspects of the game that Valhalla, that they should have took from Odyssey and brought into Valhalla, but they never, is the weapons and the armors and the what are they called, perks. The perks are well better in Odyssey. They actually, when you get the stats on your screen, and when it says you're doing 100% crit, that means you're doing 100% crit. Whereas in Valhalla, with the runes, when you're on 100% crit, it's more like, I don't know, 30, 35, 40, something like that. And I mean, I played, well, I've done 160 odd hours on Valhalla. That was because the first time I played it as male Eivor, got halfway through, and as a straight man thought it was a bit weird playing a game as a man and fellas were coming on to me, so I started again as female Eivor. But that's by the by. Yeah, and I don't think I've never used runes. The runes are just fucking not worth it. They're not worth it. They're absolutely pointless. I can fly through without putting any runes on. I did when I played it full through as female Eivor last time. Flew through it, never used one rune. Just used good weapons, good armour, and that was it. But with Odyssey, the perks are well better, and you can set your armour and your weapons up and use your perks and your engravings you can set like 4 different play styles. So I set 2 up. I've got the stealth one and the hack and slash one. Do you know what I mean? So it's all power on one and all stealth on the other. Do you know what I mean? But you can't do that on Valhalla. I mean, when Valhalla first come out, the stealth on it was absolute garbage. You got seen, and that was it. You got seen. There was no tiers the way the old Assassin's Creed games did it, and especially the way Odyssey does it. I think Odyssey does the stealth and the weapons and armour layouts way better. I don't know why they didn't just take that and move it over with Valhalla. Would have been way better. And the levelling up, you'd have to level up to like what is it? Level 400 or something on Valhalla. It's just pointless. And even like, what is it? You've got the zealots in Valhalla and the mercenaries in Odyssey. I found not only was the gameplay better and did I enjoy playing Odyssey more than Valhalla, but it was more challenging. Because with Valhalla, because the stealth was so shit when it first come out, and it was, oh, someone saw your leg, so you've been seen, and you've been seen by everyone in that area now. You didn't even bother trying to do nothing stealthily. You just went in there, hack and slashed a lot of them. But with Odyssey, like I say, you can set a stealth mode up and a hack and slash mode. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks that or if everyone else thinks the same, but me personally, I do think Odyssey was a better, more well-rounded game in general, more enjoyable to play, and even more enjoyable to probably replay. Like I said, I think once I've finished the Atlantis DLC and I've finished all the other DLCs on Valhalla, I think I'll find myself wanting to play Odyssey again before I'd ever want to play Valhalla again. Like I said, it's doing me head in now because I've got to play through most of it again anyway. But that's just my opinion. You might have a different opinion, everyone else might have a different opinion. That's the good thing about opinions. They're like nipples, everyone's got one. Well, two. So that's it from me. I just thought I'd put this little video out because it's been playing on my mind while I've been started replaying Valhalla. Just how much more enjoyable to play Odyssey is. So anyway, that's it for now. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a like. If you're not subscribed, do so. If you don't want to, doesn't really matter. But drop your comments. Let me know what you think. Am I right? Is Odyssey a better, more rounded game than Valhalla? Let me know your thoughts in the description. And I will see you in the next one.